Perhaps Voldemort's face is flat because he ran into the wrong wall at the train station. The reason I hate school. It's boring. It's not Hogwarts. Why are most villains associated with dark stuff? Why can't we have a villain who likes pink lacy pillows and rainbows and ponies? Look at me. How are you the only student with glasses in the entire film series? Not my son's future best friend's parents, you witch. Fights a dragon. Kills the basilisk. Defeats the Dark Lord. But gets scared of angry Hermione. Dumbledore in Fantastic Beasts. Dumbledore 10 years later. I have more spirit for Hogwarts than my actual school. Happiness can be found even in the darkest of times, if one only remembers to turn on the light. When you find out these two were married in real life, and he cheated with this one, buying good brooms for talented students that genuinely can't afford them, buying one very expensive broom for the richest student in the school who hasn't even played a single Quidditch match. Potter, what have I told you about comparing Professor Umbridge to a Dementor? That it's offensive to the Dementor? Where's Professor Dumbledore? No idea, but I do know how to find him. Really, how? Minus 10 points for Gryffindor. 150 points! There he is. Some villains deserve to die. Others deserve a redemption arc. Some to be forgiven, and others to be abracadabraed, kissed by a Dementor, and thrown from the astronomy tower. Watch as Harry Potter. What if the whole Santa coming down the chimney thing is just a Muggle conspiracy to cover up the fact that Santa is a wizard traveling by flue powder found at Snake Exhibit? Please, no parcel tongue. So this is why he tried to shake Harry's hand. Hey Potter, I hear you bought out the whole trolley. I like your style. First class rich person move. Me when Sirius Black died. Me when Dumbledore died. Me when Dobby died. I need to rewatch the movies so I can feel these emotions because I don't really remember. This is what Voldemort was supposed to look like, according to book descriptions. This would have been so much worse. It's too scary. What kind of shoes does Voldemort wear? I don't know. What shoes does he wear? Horcrux. In that case, I'm glad he's dead. The difference between two teachers that hated Harry. Harry Potter is alive? Narcia Malfoy. Harry Potter and Monster Book of Monsters cake. This looks so good. I would eat this. Are you a wizard or a muggle? Red Bull plus Ferrero Rocher? Now you're in Harry Potter. It's nice that Voldemort always waits until the end of the school year to try and kill Harry. Despite his flaws, Voldemort really cares about Harry's education. Students arriving at Hogwarts peacefully. Harry and Ron. Voldemort. Voldemort.zip. Where's Harry there? Voldemort, Dumbledore, Harry and Draco. 7-year-old me with a random stick I found, and 24-year-old me. When the cashier at the checkout says, your kids are really going to love this on Christmas. When your kids misbehave, send their toys to Azkaban. For years I thought Moaning Myrtle was played by Daniel Radcliffe in a wig. I'm ready for Hogwarts. At age 11 and at age 25 you're still ready. Now you're just delusional. I am tired. I welcome death. What the? Just let me die. We've got one thing that Voldemort doesn't have. Yeah? Noses. Harry Potter. Harry Potter. If Hermione was the chosen one, it'd be like one movie and that's it. Hermione, Harry, Ron. The books. Hermione, Ron, Harry. Harry Potter and the mystery of why Voldemort had a nose in the first movie. He had a nose because he liked breathing. He used to like being alive. I did my waiting. 12 years for it. Coming 2025? That was a straight up lie. I don't care about the Olympics because the last major sporting event I cared about, Lord Voldemort returned and Cedric Diggory died. The most underappreciated act of bravery. You know, in 30 years, I'm sure they will do a remake of Harry Potter, and maybe I can play Professor McGonagall or something. Daniel could be Snape, I could be Dumbledore. New spider named after Harry Potter character. It's called, I didn't even say the name in this post. Really? Why spiders? Why couldn't it be Follow the Butterflies? Who am I really, Hagrid? Let's see. Rich boy with murdered parents who fights against evil. You're Batman, Harry. Me. Watches Harry Potter. Friend. Haven't you already watched it like 90 times? Your point being Snape finding James' body. Yeah, it's very sad. Anyway. Nearly headless? How can you be nearly headless? I like these bottle caps. I don't care what anyone else says. They're good. The ones which click are amazing because they actually don't get in your face. When was empathy invented? 1909. People at funerals in 1908. Your parents are dead. Harry names his kid after two manipulative men and calls them brave. Hagrid, who took care of Harry like a second father throughout his entire school career. When they ask you WYD, but never. If you think you're smart, spell it. SMART. I said spell it. Things in Harry Potter that will never make sense. Wizard children need their parents' signed permission to go to perfectly safe villages full of candy shops next to the school, but not to enter a tournament in which you can most definitely die. You know who? Voldemort? Dark Lord. Tom, where is Harry Potter? He escaped right under your nose. Right under my what? When my friend was in 4th grade, her teacher asked for an example of irony, and she answered, Harry Potter searching for the final Horcrux. But he is the final Horcrux. And her teacher started screaming and said, I didn't finish the book. Things Hagrid should have not said. That. You're a wizard, Harry. I'm not a wizard. Dobby cosplay done right. You know what animal would be the best cosplay as Dobby? A Sphinx cat. My friend just called me and asked was I trying to hit the clubs tonight, but I already have plans. I'm reading my cat Harry Potter. It doesn't matter how old I am. If I ever get my Hogwarts letter, I'm totally willing to spend another 7 years studying. Let's hope you're a main character or else you might suffer a bit. I refuse to accept that Fred Weasley didn't become a Hogwarts ghost and terrorize students and staff with peeves. I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who had practiced one kick 10,000 times. Harry Potter, the boy who dared to ask, why study all of these other spells if I can get really good at yeeting everyone's wands out of their hands? Kind of smart, because then they can't do anything. Harry, no. Harry, yes. Harry, no. Harry, maybe. Harry, no. Harry, no. He only listens to Hermione. I got Harry Potter. We've got the real one at home. Bit of a tosser, really. He's a bit of a bellend. I didn't choose the Harry Potter life. The Harry Potter life broke down the door and told me I was a wizard. Daughter. Hey mum, I found these old movies in the basement. Can I watch them? Sure, what did they say? Harry Potter. Hermione, go get your sisters Luna and Ginny. I need to tell you a story. Show me the Harry Potter series. The real Harry Potter series. Perfection. I hate having to explain to everyone why I wear a hijab, but if everyone must know, Voldemort has possessed me and his face is living on the back of my head. Are you twins in real life? Not quite. It's a weird story. We met at the audition. Interviewer. So, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I'm shaking hands with Dumbledore. I've won the House Cup. I see that being Dumbledore's favorite has given you a false sense of security, Harry Potter. But Dumbledore won't always be there to protect you. Harry looked mockingly all around the shop. Wow, look at that. He's not here now, so why not have a go? They might be able to find you a double cell in Azkaban with your loser of a husband. This was so brutal, I'm struggling to understand how Narcissia didn't just turn to dust right here. I love a sassy Potter. Swear jar. Telling people about Harry Potter when I wasn't asked. I've noticed that people outside of the UK are very, very obsessed with Harry Potter. In the UK, not so much. Harry Potter. Drinking game. Every time Harry's scar hurts, Ron does something wrong. Malfoy mentions his partner. Hagrid says, I shouldn't have said that. Okay, this drinking game is literally going to kill you. Sirius talking to Harry in the Goblet of Fire. I love you. I love you more. More than Harry Potter? Know your limits. If Harry Potter was Mexican, Expecto Patronum! Feeling cute. Might tell you to turn to page 394 later. I don't know. It took me years to figure out he has forgot his robes. I've read about those. When the smoke turns red, it means you've forgotten something. The only problem is I can't remember what I've forgotten. The fact that Harry Potter isn't common knowledge confuses me. Like, what do you mean you don't know the entire plot of Goblet of Fire? She's a 10, but she's a huge Harry Potter fan. She's a 9 3/4. Harry Potter. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Chamber of everything else. Wonder why girls go to the bathroom together? They went alone and Katie got cursed, Ginny got abducted, Hermione got attacked by a troll, and someone died. I was waiting for the elevator when I randomly said, Alohomora, way too loud as the door opened. The girl looked at me in confusion and was like, what? And the guy looked at me and smiled, whispered, Muggles. Made my day. My friend actually called me a muggle the other day and I took this as a sign to make this video. And he also called me a filthy mudblood. The book cover, the house logo, the animal that can talk. Me, 12 years old, trying to figure out what the Slytherin monster is. Washer versus a dryer. Can I tell you a joke? Sure. Lily, I didn't get it. Exactly. He thinks he's turning the light on and off with his wand. Cedric Diggory, Hogwarts band. Harry Potter after getting all the Potter family's money, the Black family's fortune, and the prize money from the Triwizard Tournament. Harry Moneymaker Potter. Bella and Beast's child. I shouldn't find this as funny as I do. I think I've read this in a different video, but not a Harry Potter. Whatever. So I'm showing my friend the Twilight movies for the first time. And during Carlisle's first appearance in the hospital, she goes, why does the doctor look like Chris Evans mixed with Voldemort? And after looking at him for a bit, I was like, I hate that you're right. It's because of the nose. He's just very pale. Yeah, I do marathons. The marathons. Dumbledore cleared his throat and read out, Harry Potter! Dumbledore did a backflip and a few leg kicks, knocking over about 100 students and 20 professors, jumping over tables as he ran over to Harry angrily. Harry, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire? Dumbledore asked calmly. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, a visual masterpiece. They just don't make movies like this anymore. The tomato that lived. Would you watch a 24-hour Harry Potter film if it meant that every single detail from the book was kept in? My lord, a 7th Horcrux has just been destroyed. Dumbledore, calculating Gryffindor's points. Me in the future, forcing my children to watch all the Harry Potter movies. Me and my siblings pretending we haven't been fighting for the past half an hour before the guests arrived. Voldemort looking like that just doesn't feel right. Her. He's probably thinking about other girls. Him. If Belisk Venom can destroy a Horcrux, and Harry was the last Horcrux, why didn't the Belisk destroy the Horcrux in Harry when it bit him in Chamber of Secrets? The best way to ask a Harry Potter fan in marriage. The perfect ice cream doesn't exist. Barry Potter and the Container of Secrets. Biased Grandpa. Welcome to Hogwarts, the place where I will trust you equally. Hello Harry, nice glasses. 50 points to Gryffindor. If you don't love me, Atmai, then you don't deserve me, Atmai. Ron, when someone insults Ron. Ron, when someone insults her. I need to open my window. When I'm a parent, you're going to dress your kid up as Dobby. Umbridge. Did you mean trash? Harry uses Expelliarmus rather than Abracadabra. I thought it was Abracadabra. All my life I thought it was Abracadabra. Wow. Because Hermione once told him that expelling is worse than death, and he has learned not to question her judgment. Potter, no, you're supposed to say, Potter! You've heard of Elf on the Shelf. Now get ready for... a gingerbread house in the shape of the burrow. My name is Harry Potter. Voldemort. Caution. Transporting live mandrake. Harry Potter and the year everybody forgot a haircut. You're telling me they're played by the same person? Yes, it's called being an actor. Still, one of the best scenes in the movie. Teacher, does anyone know anything about Harry Potter? Me. Before acting in Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, Daniel Radcliffe had never seen a single Harry Potter movie. I solemnly swear that I am up to no good. Nobody. Professor Quirrell, when you make a Harry Potter reference and your friends don't get it. Honestly, don't you two read? I'm Bond, James Bond. I'm Dumbledore, Brian Dumbledore, Wulfric, Brian Dumbledore, Pervisial, Wulfric, right? George's first Halloween. Glad we had earmuffs. My generation has failed to disappoint on the Harry Potter front. Thus far, 10 points to the millennials. Hogwarts legacy expectations. I'm going to be so evil and avda everyone. Do it. Hogwarts legacy reality. Are you mad at me? No, I'm reading. Oh, okay. What are you reading? Harry Potter and the death of the person not letting me read. Oh, really? How does it end? Could you tell me that? Oh, the ending hasn't came out yet? It's still being decided? The banana that lived. I let my kids name my Harry Potter character Cursed Baby, and now I feel like I'm in a very uncomfortable relationship with Snape. Pay attention, baby. Me watching Harry Potter? This part. Dude, that's just the Warner Bros logo. Oh, I know. Harry Potter cupcakes. When Uncle Vernon did not give Harry his Hogwarts letter, Dumbledore. Children who read Harry Potter grow up to hold more accepting views towards marginalized groups of people and are less prejudiced, according to research. So if anyone says, you're being prejudiced right now, I'm just gonna say, yeah, you're wrong, I read Harry Potter. Basically, kids who read Harry Potter grow up to be better people. You're racist. No, I'm not. I read Harry Potter. If you're out of ideas, you can dress your elf like Harry Potter now. Yes, but if you give an elf clothes like in Harry Potter, then he is a free elf and doesn't have to sit on your damn shelf anymore. 12 a.m., 2 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 minutes before my alarm. Accidentally bought the Gen Z / how do you do fellow kids dialect version of Philosopher's Stone, the boy who wasn't unalived. Gryffindor, Slytherin, Raven, what sorcery is this? Microsoft knew what they were doing. I just accidentally typed, how to train your Draco, and I just, how good are you at avoiding your responsibilities on a scale of 1 to horse race Slughorn turning himself into an armchair and faking his own death. I'm pretty good at avoiding my responsibilities. I don't have that many, but yeah, I'd say like a 9 out of 10. I can do it pretty well, and then I just do everything in the last minute. A summary for anyone who has never read Harry Potter. Ah yes, of course, I haven't told you, said Dumbledore. Harry didn't have a clue. And then without warning, Harry's scar exploded with pain. Harry then did something that was both very brave and very stupid. Daniel Radcliffe was a huge fan of Alan Rickman and even wrote him a fan mail during the early days of filming. Dan suffers from dyspraxia, which causes bad handwriting. His handwriting ain't that bad. I'm dyspraxic too. Let's go learning disability for learning disability. When someone is in the way of what you need in the shop, so you pretend to be super interested in something else. Some people are bad at this though, because I might be in the way, and as soon as I kind of move out of the way, they instantly go to where I was, and it's like, come on, you really weren't pretending that well. If I was you, I would have kept looking at that thing for an extra 10 seconds.